What if I told you that sugar is silently sabotaging your sleep, your energy, your skin, and even your brain? Sounds dramatic? It's not. It's daily life for millions who think they're eating healthy, but are unknowingly hooked on one of the most addictive substances out there. The truth is, most of what's labeled as healthy today is quietly packed with sugar, and it's destroying your body from the inside out. But here's the twist nobody talks about. You don't need months or extreme diets to see a radical shift. In just 14 days without sugar, your body begins a complete transformation, and the results are far more dramatic than you think. We're talking visible fat loss, mental clarity, more energy than caffeine ever gave you, and a glow that no skin cream can fake. It almost feels unfair how fast things change once you make the cut. So if you've ever wondered why you feel tired after eating, why your skin breaks out randomly, or why no diet seems to work long-term, this video is going to change everything. Stick with me, because what happens between day 1 and day 14 might just flip your entire understanding of how to eat healthy upside down. It always surprises people how quickly their face starts changing once they ditch sugar. We're talking real changes, less puffiness around the eyes, cheekbones becoming more visible, jawlines coming out of hiding like they've been waiting for this moment. And no, it's not magic, it's science. When the liver isn't overwhelmed by processing sugar, it flips a switch and starts burning fat instead. That's when the belly begins to shrink, not from crunches, but from something far more effective: balance. Imagine this. Someone cuts out soda and skips that nightly dessert. Within a week, their mirror tells a different story, one with less bloat and more definition. This isn't about chasing perfection, but recognizing that food choices rewrite our facial and abdominal storylines. Those asking what's the best diet for weight loss often overlook this first visible sign. That face in the mirror? It's your body whispering, "Keep going." Now here's where it gets really interesting. As the fat around the midsection drops, it's not just about vanity. It's about health. Visceral fat, the dangerous kind that hugs organs, starts to fade too. And guess what fuels its growth? Yep, sugar. The kind hidden in so-called healthy snacks. Cutting back means giving your liver room to breathe, to work as it should, not as a detox machine. And the benefits don't stop there. It's easy to overlook what sugar does to our organs, until the symptoms start shouting. When someone ditches sugar, it's like the body finally gets a break to repair what's been quietly breaking down. The eyes regain sharpness, especially for folks who notice their vision getting a bit blurry after long screen hours. Because high sugar levels damage tiny blood vessels in the eyes. But reduce sugar, and those vessels start healing. No eye drops needed, just smarter choices. Now let's talk kidneys. These hard-working filters are often punished by sugar overload. Excess glucose inflames the kidneys and throws off their function. But here's a twist. People who adopt a balanced diet plan and reduce sugar intake can see improvements in kidney markers within weeks. Pair that with gut health foods like asparagus, garlic, or yogurt, and you've got a recipe for real internal repair. These are the behind-the-scenes heroes that never ask for attention but always deliver. And then there's the network nobody thinks about, our arteries and nerves. Sugar stiffens arteries, raises blood pressure, and dulls the nerves. It's one of the silent culprits behind fatigue and brain fog. But take sugar off the table, and the blood flows better, the nerves wake up, and the brain stops firing warning flares. It's not a miracle, it's simply the reward of giving your body a fighting chance. And when the brain starts feeling better, when people talk about quitting sugar, they rarely expect it to affect their brain, until it does. Within days, many report thinking more clearly, like a fog lifting. That's not coincidence. Sugar has been shown to interfere with neurotransmitters and even damage nerve endings. So when it's gone, the brain starts healing. Focus sharpens, memory improves, and mood swings begin to settle down like waves after a storm. It's like your brain finally takes a deep breath. No more spikes and crashes, just a steady mental rhythm. People often say they feel more like themselves again. If you've been wondering how to eat healthy and stabilize your emotions, cutting sugar might be the most underrated move out there. And no, you don't have to suffer through it. Snacking on almonds, boiled eggs, or even a handful of berries can ease the transition while feeding your brain what it actually craves. Here's something to try. Spend a day sugar-free and journal how you feel by evening. You may notice less irritability, more patience, and even a lighter emotional load. That's because sugar withdrawal isn't just physical, it's psychological. It reveals how much power food had over your state of mind. And once sleep quality kicks in, few people realize how much sugar wrecks their sleep, until they remove it and suddenly wake up feeling like they actually slept. It's not just about falling asleep faster, it's about staying asleep. See, sugar pulls water into the kidneys, which increases urination at night. Less sugar means fewer midnight bathroom trips and fewer wake-up calls from your bladder. And trust me, no pillow can fix that the way food choices can. Now let's talk quality. Deep sleep, the kind that restores and repairs, relies on stable blood sugar levels. A body constantly spiking and crashing through the night can't relax into true rest. But once sugar is out and the body starts using fat for fuel, that energy becomes steady. The body doesn't panic anymore, and the nervous system calms down. That's when sleep starts to feel like sleep again, not a 4-hour nap followed by tossing and turning. For anyone struggling with rest, here's a trick. Skip the late-night snack loaded with hidden sugars, and try a cup of chamomile tea with a handful of pumpkin seeds. The magnesium helps with relaxation, and you're not sending your insulin on a roller coaster before bed. These small moves add up, and when energy becomes more stable the next day, you know that 3 p.m. crash when your body feels like it's dragging itself through wet cement? That's sugar playing games with your energy. When people cut sugar and shift to using fat as fuel, something amazing happens. Energy levels stop spiking and dipping. Instead, they become smooth, like a steady flame instead of a flickering one. This switch helps you power through the day without needing a caffeine lifeline every few hours. Fat is the body's slow-burning fuel, and unlike sugar, it doesn't come with a bill of side effects. Athletes and high performers know this secret well. It's why many of them adopt a balanced diet plan with fewer carbs and more fats. Avocados, olive oil, eggs, they're not just trendy, they're functional. Even a simple breakfast switch from cereal to eggs with spinach can keep your energy consistent until lunch. And once you feel that difference, there's no going back. Think of your energy like a battery. Sugar charges it quickly but drains it faster. Fat charges it slowly and keeps it going longer. Once your body learns this new rhythm, you'll find yourself more productive, less cranky, and surprisingly, even more focused. And that steady rhythm? It also helps curb those nagging cravings. Cravings are sneaky. One minute you're working, the next your brain whispers, "Hey, cookies." But here's the deal. Sugar cravings are chemical, not just about willpower. After just 3 days without sugar, the intensity of those urges starts to fade. That's because your taste buds and your dopamine response begin to recalibrate. It's like taking back the remote control from a toddler who's been flipping channels nonstop. The trick is not to fight cravings, but to outsmart them. When people reduce sugar and cut back on carbs, the body learns to feed on its own fat between meals. That's metabolic flexibility, a fancy term for your body's smarter now. It means you can go from lunch to dinner without raiding the pantry like a raccoon. Want to speed up this process? Intermittent fasting benefits include helping retrain those hunger signals. Try a 12-12 window for starters. It's simpler than it sounds. And once those cravings lose their grip, something wild happens. Food stops controlling you. You walk past a donut shop and don't feel haunted by glazed temptation. Your grocery cart gets lighter, your wallet heavier, and your gut, well, much happier. Speaking of damage, let's talk about how much sugar the average person's really dealing with. Most people don't realize just how much sugar sneaks into their day. It's not just the obvious culprits like soda and candy, it's pasta sauces, salad dressings, even that healthy granola bar. The average American consumes around 275 grams of sugar daily. That's roughly 69 teaspoons. And here's the scary part. Most of it isn't coming from treats, it's hidden in everyday foods. It's like trying to walk through your house barefoot and stepping on Legos you didn't know were there. But when someone dramatically cuts back, the body responds fast. Less internal swelling, more stable insulin, and fewer blood sugar crashes. Even within days, people report feeling lighter internally. Their digestion improves, their joints ache less, and their bloating starts to fade. It's not magic, it's damage control. The best diet for weight loss almost always starts with sugar reduction because it lays the groundwork for deeper healing. Here's a simple example. Switch your morning flavored yogurt, which can carry up to 25 g of sugar, for plain Greek yogurt with berries and cinnamon. One swap, big difference. Repeat this daily, and you start undoing years of slow-burning damage. And the ripple effect? It starts reaching deeper into the very roots of inflammation and blood pressure. Inflammation is like a silent fire, slow, steady, and destructive. And guess what fuels it? Sugar. Deep inside your tissues and arteries, sugar stirs up inflammation that quietly raises your blood pressure and wears down your heart. That's why people who cut sugar often see improvements in both inflammation markers and hypertension within weeks. It's not about extreme diets. It's about removing the one ingredient that's been throwing your system off balance for years. Picture your arteries like flexible garden hoses. Sugar makes them stiff, brittle, and more prone to leaks, aka high blood pressure. But when the sugar stops, healing begins. Arteries regain flexibility, and blood flows more easily. And yes, this can even reduce the need for medications. Combine this with gut health foods like leafy greens, turmeric, and omega-3 rich salmon, and you've got a powerhouse combo working from the inside out. Even something as simple as cutting sugary drinks can move the needle. Trade soda for sparkling water with lemon, And watch your blood pressure thank you. Over time, these changes add up, not just on a chart at the doctor's office, but in how you feel every single day. And with less inflammation, your body gets ready to burn fat, not just water weight, but the kind that really matters. Let's clear something up. Losing weight fast isn't always the win, it's what kind of weight you're losing. Cutting sugar doesn't just flush water weight, it targets fat, especially the stubborn kind. When sugar is high, insulin stays elevated and fat stays locked away. But remove the sugar and insulin drops, finally giving your body permission to access its own energy reserves. That's when true fat loss kicks in and it's sustainable. People often ask, are carbs bad? The answer isn't black and white, but added sugar? That's a clear no-go. Sugar-heavy diets tell the body to store, not burn. Once you swap sugar for real foods, think eggs, leafy greens, avocado, your metabolism shifts gears. That's when fat becomes fuel. The best diet for weight loss isn't about starving, it's about switching what the body burns. And when that switch flips, results stick around longer. You'll start noticing the change in your clothes, in the mirror, and most importantly, in how you feel. And here's the secret. This isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. Removing sugar lets your body breathe, process nutrients better, and tap into what it already has stored. And when the fat melts away, the results show up not just on the scale, but right on your face and skin too. It's wild how much our skin reflects what's happening inside. When someone stops eating sugar, inflammation begins to calm down, and the skin shows it. Acne fades, puffiness around the eyes decreases, and that tired, swollen look softens into something much more vibrant. Think of it like wiping smudges off a window. You didn't change the view, you just made it clearer. And it all starts with changing what's on your plate. Sugar binds to collagen and accelerates skin aging through a process called glycation. Translation? More wrinkles, sagging, and that dull texture we try to fix with expensive serums. But when you cut sugar and nourish your body with gut health foods like fermented veggies, nuts, and bone broth, the skin begins to repair from the inside. Suddenly, you don't need 10-step routines to glow, you just need the right fuel. And here's a fun moment. When someone tells you, "You look different. Did you do something to your face?" And you get to say, "Nope, just quit sugar." That's a real confidence boost. The best part? The changes are lasting because they're not surface level. And when the skin starts to heal, the internal systems tied to insulin also get a chance to reset. Insulin resistance doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow build, and sugar is the architect. When the body's bombarded with sugar, insulin levels stay high, and over time, cells stop responding. That's when fat starts piling up, energy crashes become routine, and conditions like type 2 diabetes sneak in. But here's the game changer. When sugar is removed, insulin starts to normalize, and that's when the tide begins to turn. The beauty of this reversal is that it doesn't require anything extreme. Just a consistent commitment to lowering sugar and adding whole, real foods. Think less fruit juice and cereal, and more eggs, avocado, and leafy greens. Those little swaps restore insulin sensitivity and help the body absorb nutrients again. And with better nutrient absorption comes more energy, fewer cravings, and real metabolic healing. This shift also reduces the risk of fatty liver, balances hormones, and improves how your body manages stress. You're no longer trapped in that eat, crash, repeat cycle. Instead, you're back in control. It's not about never having sweets again. It's about breaking the dependency. And once your body resets like that, everything else you've learned over the past 14 days starts making even more sense. Now that you've seen what happens when you quit sugar for just 14 days, what's stopping you? Seriously, what's worth more? The temporary sweetness of that snack, or waking up with energy, glowing skin, mental clarity, and a body that actually feels good again? Imagine this: 2 weeks from now, you're looking in the mirror and smiling, not because of what you lost, but because of what you regained. Control, focus, the ability to say, "I did it," and mean it. So, are you ready to reclaim your body and break free from the cycle that's been silently draining you? If this video opened your eyes, even just a little, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you never miss what could be the next turning point in your health journey. And hey, drop a comment below. What's the one sugar-loaded food you're ready to let go of first? Let's make this real together.